I want to talk about the truth about the Nolan Wells and Tonea Miller situation that nobody's talking about. There seems to be a very serious problem, and I've been fighting to try to wake people up about it, but nobody's listening. And I think what's going to happen is we're going to go deeper and deeper into a pit that we're not going to be able to get out of because we refuse to listen to the truth. A lot of you that frequent social media, you are being destroyed mentally and don't even know. I've been sounding the alarm. I've been warning you. You don't listen. The Tonea and Nolan situation is being used like a weapon to keep black people angry, confused, and they do this to you over and over. Rage bait content, race hustling. You guys have no idea of what's being done to you mentally. And the thing about it is, no matter how much I speak, you ain't listening. And you're never gonna understand until it's too late. That's the issue. First, you have a story where you have a woman, I believe she's about 27. They claim that this black woman, at least that's what they claim, because in the black community, as soon as you see anybody with melanated skin, you automatically uh, just believe anything you hear. They claim that she was hanging from a tree. Psychologically, in your mind, as a black person who's a victim or think like a victim, as soon as you hear of someone hanging on a tree, it's like your mind immediately jumped to a white person did that. The KKK, somebody that's a racist. Your mind does this to you. If you're the kind of black person who suffer from a victimhood mentality, where did this mentality come from? Why are you so afraid of white people to the point where if a black person is found hanging, you immediately jump to the conclusions that there must be some foul play? In the case of Nolan, they said that he was hanging with white friends. And what black influencers are doing right now on social media is they are programming black people to think that some white people did something to this young man. So in all their thumbnails, you'll see Nolan with his friends. And they keep putting these images out there to psychologically destroy your mind, to put the picture in your mind that a white person did something to this person. But I want you to think about this. With all the death and the killings that are going on in predominantly black communities, why is it that black people don't think about that in the same way? Why is it that we had 4th of July deaths that took place that black people committed on black people? We don't see this level of outrage. We don't see this level of attention. And I'm realizing that the enemy of the so-called black man in today's day is the black man, because they're the ones hustling black people by continually keeping us angry. Now, I want you to think about something. Anytime we have these cases, have you noticed that the race hustlers on social media jump on board right away? And they just keep making videos. Nolan this, Nolan that. Yeah, his white friends. Like right now, what they're doing, they're making videos claiming that Nolan's friends went dark, meaning they closed their social medias or they turned their social media pages off. I don't know if this is true. At the same time, if I was one of his friends and I'm white, and I know that on social media, a group of savages are making constant videos accusing people with no facts, I would put my social medias on private too, or I would just close my page, especially if I'm not using it, because the last thing I need to do is have a bunch of harassment coming my way, and I don't have nothing to do with this kid's death. I need for black people to really listen, man, because when I tell you, man, there is no hope for us as a people. We are extremely ignorant people when it comes to anything that deals with logic. If you folks that have been poisoned by social media, because only social media could do this to you, you have been destroyed mentally by social media influencers who program you to be angry all day, program you to blame everybody else all day. I want you to think about something. If you folks have such a problem with white people, why do you hang with them? If you believe white people is this enemy of yours, that the boogeyman, because in my opinion, and I'm going to say this publicly, black people are afraid of white people. Black people are terrified of white people. They are. The reason why you are is because anytime something happens to a black person, you immediately jump to the conclusions that a white person did it or the KKK did it. You folks are living in the past somewhere. We're in 2026. Why is it that nobody's focusing on facts, evidence? You remember the Shanquella Robinson case? Was she out with a bunch of white people? She was unalive, remember? Was she out with a bunch of white folk, or was she out with ninjas? My point is very simple. If black people are so afraid of white people, why do you hang around them? And why is it that YouTubers keep lying about stories and making things up and you just believe it? Case in point, the Tonea situation, the Tonea Miller. Put a one in the chat if you heard YouTubers claim that she was out celebrating Juneteenth. Put a one in the chat if you heard that. Because what I'm trying to show you guys is how mentally destroyed we are as a people. And when I tell you, man, just trying to wake people up, man, it's draining, because I don't have to wake nobody up, man. I could just let you die, man. I could just literally sit back and watch you just remain where you are. because I'm good. I'm not mentally destroyed. But I'm looking at black people as a whole, and they messed up mentally, man. You guys heard YouTubers claim that Tonea, the black woman, was out celebrating Juneteenth, and then on uh, the 18th, she ended up dead. Well, that's a lie. You know why? Because her sister made a public statement on the GoFundMe that I reviewed. Make sure you go watch my video. You know, the videos that you guys don't watch. I already made a video about the Tonea situation. I already made a video about it. And you're not going to watch it? Of course not, because it's the truth. And nobody wants to hear the truth, remember? The sister said that her sister was not out celebrating any Juneteenth. The sister said that she moved out there to start a new life. Do you understand? Now, who are you going to believe? YouTubers or what the blood sister have to say? Because the sister made it very clear that her sister was not celebrating Juneteenth. So the question remains, where did these YouTubers get this narrative from? They made it up. Because they know if they can paint a narrative that a black woman was celebrating Juneteenth and then end up being hanged on a tree, you will conclude a white person had something to do with it. That would keep the engagement up, the views coming in, the clicks, the rage, because I can't believe this 27-year-old black woman, she's just trying to celebrate Juneteenth. And here we got the white people coming in to lynch her on a tree, because that's what they're saying. And this is coming from YouTubers that got millions of subscribers. That's why I keep telling you guys. I warn you guys every day and you don't listen to me. Do you know how frustrating it is, guys? To have the light, the discernment, to be able to see the lies. And I'm seeing YouTubers lying to you people every single day. And I'm frustrated because I keep telling you guys, stop listening to these people. They're race hustlers. They don't care about none of these people that they talk about. It's a money thing, man. These people are not even YouTubers. They just figured out a way of how to make money. And they realize the easy target is black people. All you got to do is just rage bait you. You'll fall for it every time. All we got to do is put somebody on a tree. You'll start crying inside. You'll start feeling oppressed. And you'll blame white people. And here's the thing. You can't do nothing about it. All those videos you keep watching, nothing can be done. You can't do nothing about none of these stories, guys. You have a black kid hanging out with a bunch of white guys. He turned up missing, right? Then they find the body. Now YouTubers are blaming white people now. You don't even know these people, but you're blaming them. I want you guys to think about something here. Let's flip this around. A white woman died. And white people all over social media is blaming black people. How would you feel about that? How would you feel? How would you feel if a white girl went missing, she ended up dead, and the white community is on social media and everybody's blaming black people? How would you feel? You wouldn't feel good about that, right? Right, because they don't do that. A lot of times white people die. You don't see white folk coming on social media saying black people did it. Oh, she must have had some black friends. They did it. You don't see that. Nobody does that but us. We're the only group that do that. We're the only group that anytime a black person died, we blame white people. We don't blame Asians. We don't blame Africans. We don't blame Russians. We don't blame nobody else. It had to be a white person. That's crazy. That mentality is a sickness, y'all. That's a sickness. That's a slave mindset, guys. Listen, I'm telling you, as a fact, black people in America are afraid of white people. You are afraid of them. I promise you, you are. You are afraid. You are terrified of white people because there's some sort of deep rooted trauma that is in black Americans where anytime something happened to a black person, you blame white people. And I'm like, bro, you don't even have no facts. You don't even have no evidence. And you just jump on board and say, yeah, it must have been the Klan. It must have been the Klan. Okay, so if it was the Klan, you got proof of this? No, I don't got no proof of it, but that's just what I believe. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're just gonna go by what you believe with no evidence, no facts, no cameras, no footage, nothing. We're just gonna blame somebody else, right? Have it ever thought on you that that black woman really unalived herself because she's depressed? Did you read what the sister posts? Because I read it. I read it. The sister made it very clear that her sister made a video saying, I would never take my own life. Why? First of all, why would the sister even make a video to say that? The sister was depressed, guys. The mom died. You understand? If you go read what the sister posts, they talked about when the mom died, the sister was going through it. Plus, she had her own issues with her own life. And she moved out so that she can restart her life. She made a video and made it very clear that she would never take her life. Why? Because people were concerned about her. Why else would you make a video saying that? Why would you have to make a video saying you would never take your own life? Why? Because she was going through depression. And there's a lot of people, guys, that are going through things, and for whatever reason, family members, they don't know. They don't know that their loved ones is struggling. There's a lot of people that are struggling mentally right now. There's a lot of people who are uh, really dealing with their own demons. And it is something that we don't know because everybody keep everything private. A lot of you that are in this live chat right now, you're depressed. That's right. You're depressed. You got issues, you're stressed, and it's you suffer in silence. You don't tell nobody all your business, but deep down inside, you got your own demons that you battle. Nobody don't know, but you put a smile on your face every day. Everybody think you good, but they don't know the half of your story. They don't know what you go through. A lot of you brothers, you drink to try to overcome your issues. You drink, you smoke, and it's your way of coping with the stress. A lot of you ladies, you do the same thing. You do the same thing. Some people struggling with loneliness. Some people struggling with the loss of a parent. And it's like your life is over. It's like you feel like you're at the end of the rope. And some of you don't got no family. You don't got nobody to talk to. And you're just alone. And it's like, why am I even here? How could I even continue living? There's a lot of people that have been contemplating ending their existence. There's a lot of people going through these things, guys. We're living in an evil world right now where people are struggling mentally. People are struggling physically. Some people are hopeless. And when you look at them, they look healthy, they look normal, but you don't know what's going on in their mind. You don't know what Nolan was doing. You don't know if he was drinking. You don't know what he was doing, and he went in the water and drowned. You don't know. You don't know what this kid was doing. You don't know what Tonea was doing. And now we got all these families setting up GoFundMe's getting rich. Every single time, guys, I keep telling you, follow the money. Follow the money. The Ashley Janae case. I got to come back and bring more updates because there's a lot of stuff that came out. I just stay quiet. I stay quiet and I let everything kind of simmer down. And focus on what needs to be done, because when it comes to black folk, guys, it's very difficult to communicate to these people, man, because they don't listen to anything. They don't, you know. All they do is focus on white people all day. To all the black people that are in the live chat right now, please explain to me, what do you do on a day-to-day basis to make the black community better? What do you do? Because it seems to me you just keep complaining about white people as if though white people are thinking about you every day. What do you do every day to solve all the problems that black people are facing in America right now? What do you do? Because I know you're not doing anything, because you complain too much and you're looking for someone to blame. That's what black people have been doing from the beginning of time. All we've been doing is blaming everybody else for our problems. We don't want to solve our own problems. We're the only group that blames everybody else and refuse to take accountability for our own existence. It's crazy, man. And I'm tired of seeing this. We're in 2026 and we still don't got nothing going on in the black community. Just a bunch of death, bloodshed, and gangs. You go to the white communities, there are no gangs. There's no drug dealers. Why is that? Why? Why is it that you go to every other community, there's no gangs, no drugs, none of that mess is there? Why? Can we take accountability for us? Can we look in the mirror and say we got a problem? Or are we just going to look for somebody to blame? Because this is getting crazy, man. And I'm tired of the lies, man. I'm tired of all these lies. Shout out to Jean. Jean, what is it? Jeannie? Well, no, Jean. I believe that's the name. I can't even see this thing. Shout out to Jean. Shout out to you for the $50 support. Says thank you for being truthful. Please keep it up and don't let liars stop you. We need your voice. Appreciate you for sponsoring the show. If I had 1,000 people like you, I'll be able to do a heck of a lot more, because no one supports the truth. People support lies. And this is why the liars continually keep black people in a state of fear, anger, because they keep consuming rage bait. You have a guy on YouTube named Dr. Rashad, whatever. He's a rage bait race hustler. All he do is talk about content that involves black and white, keeping black people angry. Willie D Live, all he's doing is rage baiting. Tariq Nasheed, rage baiting. If you go look at these guys' videos, they literally have the same thumbnail, talking about the Nolan situation. You'll see Nolan in the middle with the white friends next to him, and you'll see Willie D on the side like this in his thumbnail. And then you'll look at Tariq Nasheed. You'll see him on this side of the thumbnail with the white guys and Nolan in the thumbnail. Why they do that? To focus on white people. That's what they do. And for whatever reason, they keep the rage going. Look, if you're black, please listen to me, man. Why do you think about white people all day? Why do you fear white people? Why is it that you can't just live your life and just go about your day and just be yourself? And it's like, anytime something happened, it must have been a white person. Yo, that's a sickness, man. That's a sickness, man. You know? I mean, just look at the comments, guys. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about the comments from black people. Check out this person says, I personally knew many white drug dealers. They just don't get caught as much. Think about this. Notice this. You said you knew, so you were friends with drug dealers. Do you see how people just expose themselves, guys? I knew many white drug dealers. That's good to tell us. Do you see my point, guys? Rather than this individual focus on what I said, the black community, accountability, he wants to say, well, white people sell drugs too. White people do it too. Rather than focusing on what I said, what are black people doing to solve the problems in the black community? You just said white people sell drugs, but they don't get caught. Well, why black people get caught? You know why? Because black people sell drugs. And what you're saying makes no sense. Because you're not focusing on the accountability of blacks selling drugs. When black people sell drugs, they sell drugs to black people. They don't sell drugs to Asians. They don't sell drugs to whites. They sell drugs to black people. And if a white man sold drugs, it's not to white people, it's to you. They keep you dumbed down, destroy you. Why would they destroy their own community? Show me a white community that's been destroyed by drugs. I'll wait. Show me a predominantly white community, a predominantly Asian community that has been wiped out and plagued by drugs. Show me it. Only the black community. Only in the black community, an entire community destroyed. You see? Only in the black community. You find blacks selling drugs to their own people, crippling their community. You don't see that nowhere else. Every time I speak on these issues, black people begin to compare themselves with white people, and then they just avoid accountability every single time. You can't even let your kids come outside in the black community because you got to be concerned with violence and gunshots and death. These stories that we're hearing about, guys, are put in place to keep us enraged, to keep us from our own personal accountability as a people, to keep us from seeking God, to keep us from repenting of our sins, to keep us blaming someone else. That's all we do. And you're wondering why there's black fatigue in the world. Because every single time something happened, we're blaming everybody else but us. You guys are complaining about the Nolan situation, the Nolan Wells situation, but have you ever thought about he hangs with white people? So if white people are such a problem, why do black people hang with white people? Why is it that we have all this division? Why is it that anytime a story like this come up, black people jump on board and they make it a race issue? Why is it that every time something happens, we make it a race issue? We just can't accept that a young man end up dead, body found. Okay, case closed. Let's move on. No, the white man did it. His friends did it. No proof, no nothing, but let's blame some white people. How come nobody's blaming black people? How come nobody's blaming black people? What if he went and hanged out with somebody that's black and they killed him? What if he was drunk and went and drowned somewhere? Do you know how many people, how many young people are on boats drinking and end up in the water and they drown and they're dead? You know how many stories like that happen? But what we do is we make everything a race issue. Tonea died. They said she was hanging from a tree. Okay, a white person did it. Oh, somebody lynched her. We still talking about people being lynched in 2026. 2026, and we are still talking about people being lynched. Guys, if you ever come across YouTube channels where you see black content creators every single day, they make videos. Oh, there was a black guy. He was found hanging from a tree in Mississippi. There was another black guy. He was hanging from this. Turn that stuff off, guys. These people are rage baiting you. There's no way that a whole channel could be dedicated to constantly talking about black people dying and what's the solution? That's all you keep listening to. He was hanging from a tree. Okay, what are you going to do? If you're so afraid of white people, stay away from them. Because that's what it is. You're afraid of white people. The more you keep listening to those videos, you are terrorizing people to the point where they are afraid of white people. If you're white and you're viewing this video, black people are afraid of you. They really are. You know how I know? When blacks were enslaved by the white man, I want you to think about this. With all of the thugs, the gangsters, all of these hard rock Negroes that be on social media, right? If they're so big and bad, why they didn't get themselves out of slavery? If the black man is so strong and powerful, why did he even allow the white man to put him in slavery for 400 years? There's no way you could be strong and allow someone else to put you in chains and you stay there your whole life. Of course, there would be a situation where black men would say, hey, let's come together and free ourselves from the plantation. Blacks in America, guys, are suffering from, it's like a mental ancestral trauma where we've been programmed to be inferior. And it's in our actions every single time. I'm nothing like that. I'm not afraid of no white man. I'm not afraid of nobody. When I look at black Americans, you guys are afraid of white people. You really are. Just admit it. Just admit it. Just say it. You fear white people. Because when you get around them, you get nervous. When you're shopping in their stores, you feel uncomfortable. When you're in the workplace, you feel like you got to walk on eggshells because you're afraid of them. You suffer from a deep trauma that's in you. You're trying to cope with it, but you're in denial. You don't want to admit it because of your pride. You don't want to admit that deep down inside, you are fearful of these people. When you're on your job, you know you got to be on your best behavior because you know the white man not playing. The white man not giving you no second, third chances. Once you F up, you out of here. So you're afraid. And that's the truth. That's the truth nobody want to talk about. You act tough, but really you're not really about that life. It's just like how you have a lot of blacks, they act like they're gang members, they act like they're in the hood, they're in the streets, and they make everything about race, like they want a race war. If there was a race war, you would lose. The white man would take you out. And I'm not even saying that to big up white people. At the end of the day, they have a military. They are equipped with guns and an arsenal. They'll wipe you out. If they wanted to, they could wipe you out today. That's right. That's the truth. You ain't gonna hear nobody say that. If the white man want to wipe black people out today, they could do that. Today. Wipe you out. You'll be gone. So I'm trying to understand, why is it that the ones who are harming us the most is black people? Because it's not the white man feeding us rage bait every day. It's not the white man playing these images, making us remember. It's like we never been in slavery. Think about this, guys. All of you that are black that are watching my live that hate me, because we already know you hate me. And black people hate each other. So I don't expect any of you to like me. When it comes to speaking the truth, I got to understand that speaking the truth means no friends, no love, no support. Nobody really likes you. It's only a remnant of people that actually rock with me. Um, you got to understand that the longer you're in America, the more you should know who your real enemy is. Your enemy is the people that look just like you because they're the ones programming you to have this complex about yourself, this mediocre complex. Think about this, guys. I want you to think about this and tell me if I'm wrong. Why is it that in America, the most materialistic group in America is us? We're the most materialistic group in America. We want everybody to believe that we're successful because of the materials we have. No other group does this. No other group. No other group would live in poverty but have to brag that they got an iPhone or trying to wear designer, but you live in the projects. You don't got no car, but you know, you want to talk about this jewelry you wearing. You ain't trying to get no house. You ain't trying to build nothing, but you talking about this is my block in the ghetto. But you trying to flex and look good in terms of your clothing and shoes. We're the only group that does that. Nobody else do that. We like looking good in poverty. We the only group that do that. Other countries around the world that are impoverished, you don't see them doing that. You don't see them doing that. But us, we would spend our last dollar on some designer clothes, walk around in the projects just to show other broke people that we got some clothes and we're hungry. This is what we do. No other group does that, guys. Why do we try to dress up poverty? Why is it that Black Americans been here all this time and we still can't come together to do anything productive? Why is it that the rich amongst our people don't do anything for our people? The Floyd Mayweathers, the Diddy's, the Tyler Perry's, the Oprah's, all these people that are billionaires, all these people that got all these resources that can put Black people in a position. How come they don't do nothing? How come nobody does nothing? How come none of these people that got the resources, how come Black Americans have not built Black Wall Street? You know why? Because you're afraid of white people. Black Americans are afraid of white people, and you're afraid that if we build Black Wall Street, white America's going to tear it down. You would think that with all these people that are rich, that they would say, hey, let's build Black Wall Street again. Let's empower Black people. The rich that are amongst our people know that in the day they do that, their fear is the white man going to take them out. That's their fear because Black people are afraid of white people. That is a fact. You could sit, you could deny it, you could cry, you could curse me out. Black people are afraid of white people. You are. You know better. You know not to even cross a white person. You know. You talk about it and you vent your frustrations on social media because that's as far as you can go. But let's just be honest. You ain't doing nothing about any of these things that you're talking about. Tonea was hanging on a tree. Black people are blaming white people with no facts. I'm literally seeing content creators make videos poisoning the minds of people saying white people did it. Somebody lynched her. What? Where's the proof? That woman was depressed based on what her sister said. Why can't we just accept the fact that she hanged herself? Why we can't accept that? Why we can't accept that Nolan died mysteriously, possibly was drunk, He hanged out with a group of white guys. We don't know who hanged out, where he went after that. Just because you were hanging out with somebody does not mean you were with them the whole time. He could have left, went and do something, died in a car wreck, died playing on a bridge and fell off. I don't know and I don't care, fam. What I'm tired of is the fact that anytime something happened to a black person, the first thing we do is we accuse white people of doing it. That's the first thing we do. We don't even accept the fact that this happened. When black people die at the hands of black people, we don't put this level of energy into these things. We don't, man. Look at how many black people die every day in the black community. I don't see nobody making any videos about this. Nobody makes videos about all the death and bloodshed happening in the black community. Women being beat by their man. Kids being sexually abused by a black man. You don't see nobody talking about this. None. There's no outrage. Look at this comment. Look at this comment here. Brother Ringo, how do you honestly think this young man died? Bro, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm not there. So why would you assume a white person had something to do with it? That's crazy. You were not there. But your mind keeps telling you, let's blame a white person. Let's blame somebody. How did he die? A white person did it. Why you don't say an Asian person did it? Come on now. Why do you jump? A white person did it. Had to. Because they hate us. Well, if they hate you, why you friends with them? Why was Nolan hanging out with those guys? Have it ever dawned on you that Nolan lived in a community that's predominantly white? If he lived in a community that's predominantly white, chances are all his friends are going to be white, guys. But that doesn't mean that they unalived him. There have been many cases of white teens hanging together. All of them are white, and one of them drowned. Does that mean the friends did it because they're white? And now his friends are being targeted and harassed on social media. Willie D made a video lying, saying that the friends, they went and all got lawyers. Guys, this is a lie. Why would the friends go and get attorneys now? And they're saying, oh, one of the friends' mother is a judge. I'm like, bro, these people just be making stuff up to get people excited. Absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely sick, fam. It don't make no sense at all, bro. But this is what they do. Every single day, man. Notice this idiot in the live chat says, this channel is a waste of life. You're watching me, so you're wasting your life, dummy. Think about this. You're on my channel. You're watching me. I didn't ask you to be here, but you're here. You're on my channel telling me my channel is a waste of life, but you're watching me. No, your life is a waste. I don't even know why you were born. Your mama should have aborted you. Your daddy should have damn near made your mom swallow, because your life is meaningless at this point. And typically only NPCs do that. And I can guarantee you that that person is black, because only black people do that. I don't get none of these issues with no other groups of people but blacks. The main enemies of the work that I do, they're all black. I don't get these problems with no other groups. Only black people. They're the only hateful group that attack because I'm speaking the truth, because they're afraid of white people. And until black people have some sense of dignity for themselves, you will remain on the bottom because you have the mindset of a slave. Anytime somebody black dies, you keep blaming white people. If white people, imagine this, imagine an Asian man die and his people is on social media making videos saying black people did it. No proof, but they're just blaming black people. How would you feel about that? You would be upset. You would be concerned that an Asian man is blaming black people because Asians coming up missing. That's racism right there. You know? That's racism right there because you're targeting and generalizing an entire group because one person died. That don't make no sense, man. There's so much hate in this world, guys. That's why I roll solo. That's why I don't have no friends. I don't want black friends. I don't want white friends. I don't want no friends, man. I just stay to myself, dog. Because I realize that this world is evil. It's too much evil in the world, guys. Just think about it. All I gotta do is just go live and I'll have stupid people show up to the show. Evil people. They just post whatever, just crazy people, man. I try my best to stay away from humans, bro, as much as I can. Because people are sick mentally, bro. People are evil, fam. And that's the problem. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, the people are hypnotized by hatred, man. Hypnotized by hatred, y'all. And it's only black people that have that condition. They're hypnotized by hatred. So Tonea was hanged from a tree. Okay, what are black people doing about that? Because the YouTubers, they're rage baiting you. They're making you believe white people did it. Okay, what are black people going to do about it? That's right. Nothing. Just complain. Because you don't got no power. You ain't doing nothing. There's no suspects. There's no proof. But you're blaming somebody with no proof. I want you to think about your brain. You are blaming someone with no proof. Just assumptions. I don't know, man. This sickness that black folks have today, bro, it really makes me question what is the day-to-day process that goes on in your mind when you're at work. How are black people when they're at their jobs? Do you walk around your job in total fear as a black man, as a black woman? Because you're so afraid that the white man is going to fire you? Do you walk around with this inferiority complex every day, believing that everybody else is better than you because they're white? Is that how you think about yourself? Do you just believe that because you're black, white people are against you because you're black? Is that your mindset? Do you know that all over the world there is hate? Do you know that there are various groups of people that hate other groups of people? Why is it that we are so terrified of the white man? Why is it that Black Americans think that way? You're the only group that do that. A Chinaman can come from China, come to America, start a business, become a millionaire. Like that. You've been here 400 years in slavery. Your people been free. Up to now, you're still complaining about white people. You look in the Black community, all the businesses are not Black owned. You don't see a problem? How many Black owned businesses Asians support? I tell you, man, we're the only group being destroyed, bro. And no matter how much truth I share, that stuff don't resonate with our people, man. We're destroyed already, man. Mentally, we're gone. Show me the Black owned businesses, right? Watch this. Show me the Black owned businesses that Jewish people travel to patronize. I'll wait. Show me the Black owned businesses that are being ran by Black people and Jewish people come to your store to shop. I'll wait. Show me the Black owned businesses that Asians, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, they come to your business to shop all the time. No comment, right? I know. That's the point. Nobody supports you. You don't even support yourself. Black people don't even support Black owned businesses. Black people don't even support Black businesses. If we see a Black person start a business, we refuse to support it. Think about this, guys. I'm speaking all this truth. I do this every day. Do Black people support me? Nope. They don't support anything. So who's the enemy? Who's my real enemy? Is it the Asian man? Is it the white man? Or is it the Black man? It's the Black man. He's our enemy. Because all of the rage bait content that YouTubers are making about these stories, it's not helping us. It's making us angry. You guys are blaming white people for the Black guy that his body turned up somewhere. You're blaming white people for that with no facts, no evidence. This is crazy. Keep seeing somebody keep mentioning somebody named Gene. I don't see nobody in the live chat named Gene. I seen a super chat earlier, but I don't see no comments by anybody named Gene. They must have their channel in a way where they don't want me to see them, I guess. But I cannot see any comments. You know? Sandra said Blacks are so dumb and hatred towards one another. Yeah, but nobody talks about that. Black people hate each other. That's why anytime we have stories and people start talking about white people, I laugh because I'm hated by Black people daily. Daily. I'm talking about vicious hate. I'm talking about extreme hatred. Comes from Black people towards me every day. That's why when people talk, I'm like, bro, Our real enemy is ourselves, man. If you want to know who your enemy, man, it's black people. They're your enemy. They hate you with a passion, bro. And y'all know I'm telling you the truth, but y'all in denial. Y'all don't want to admit it. You know black folk are your enemy. It's not the white man, fam. Doesn't matter. Listen, let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you, fam. Who freed black people from slavery? Who freed black people from? Did black people free themselves from slavery? Answer the question. Did black people free themselves from slavery? Did black people free themselves from slavery? Do you know white people did that? White folks. Which mean if white folks want you in slavery, you would still be in slavery. Man, I tell you, bro. We're destroyed, bro. We out here talking about Juneteenth. We're out here talking about we free. Like we did something. We ain't do nothing. The white man did. Your ancestors that were free because white people did that. You didn't even do that. Your ancestors did not free themselves. That just goes to show you, man, we got a lot of work to do, bro. Because if we didn't free ourselves from slavery, then technically you still are in slavery. That's why you think the way you think. Because deep down inside, you are subconsciously in slavery and don't even know it. That's why we treat each other so bad. Because we did this during slavery. Black folk weren't supportive of one another in slavery. We ratted each other out in slavery. We told massa what was going on in slavery to get other blacks killed and lynched. Anytime certain black men wanted to revolt, we would snitch and we would go to the slave master and be like, Derek is planning to overthrow the plantation. I want to just let you know, massa, we did this during slavery. There have been groups of men, black men, that were strong, who wanted to free our people from way back. But every time they would rally up the troops, there was always a house ninja that would go tell the white man, Derek is getting other blacks together so that they could kill massa. And then, because the plans were known, the white man would gather up armies and come in, gather those black men, and make an example out of them, burn them alive, hang them, or just burn them at the stake alive, to make an example, to put fear in the hearts of everybody else so that none of you ninjas ever think about trying to overthrow massa. Today, it's still happening, where you got billionaire black people who made it successfully, but in their mind, they're still a slave. They would never try to empower or free black people. They got the resources, they can make it happen, but they would not make it happen. Think about this, guys. Let's just say each of us have about 90 years on Earth, 100 years max, on a good lifespan to live on this planet. Most of us live up to 70, 80 years old. Let's just think about it. You got black people that are billionaires, multimillionaires. You're not taking that money with you when you die. So why is it that the blacks that have this level of success, why they're not empowering black people as a whole? You know why? You ready for the truth? You ready for it? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. The truth is, black people are still in slavery. Those of our people that are economically successful at the top of the totem pole, the celebrities, the people that got status, they're a part of the elite class. Everybody else who's black that's below that, you're enslaved. You're still in slavery mentally, and they're not going to free you. They're going to keep you right there because in order for them to be wealthy, they need you to be enslaved. And they're not going to go against the power structure because if they do, they'll just take them down. Look at what happened with P. Diddy Combs. P. Diddy got money, right? His money couldn't save him. His money couldn't save him. Look at what's this guy? The childhood TV father. What's his name? From what's this guy name? Cliff, the Huxtables. What's his name? Um, y'all know who I'm talking about. Look what happened to him. How they basically set him up where they wanted to take him down. Bill Cosby, thanks. Bill Cosby, with all the money, he wanted to buy a network. He wanted to do big things. They said, hell no, you ain't doing that. Then you get sexual allegations from women that are 80 years old. We're talking about 80-year-old women are coming forward claiming that they were drugged by Bill Cosby. Out of nowhere. This man is old. But look at what they did to him. They destroyed him, even with his money, drained his pockets. One of our greatest talented musicians and singers, R. Kelly. A lot of you hate R. Kelly. Let me show you how hateful you are as a people. R. Kelly is a musical genius, a talented man, a black man, one of our greatest R&B singers ever. His life was destroyed by the powers that be. Have you noticed with every black man, they always put sexual allegations on him? Every single time. And what do? We condemn them first. A lot of you that are here today, you were born because your daddy was fucking your mom to some R. Kelly music. That's right. That's the only reason why you were born. Because of R. Kelly's music. You understand? When we look at Michael Jackson, one of the most talented pop singers ever. Look at how they did that, brother. They turned him out to be a pedophile. No proof. No proof now. No real victims. But they turned him into a pedophile in the media. And what did we do as a community? We condemned Michael Jackson. Our greatest of greatest talents, guys. We condemned Michael Jackson. We condemned R. Kelly. Now watch this. Watch this. Rapper Mystical. Rapper Mystical. Danger! Show me what you're working with. In prison. They told you that he sexually violated women. Same MO. Every black man that they throw in prison, they put a sexual charge on them. Now you explain this to me. R. Kelly, the man who makes all this R&B music, got the ladies going crazy. Could get any woman he want. But they'll tell you that he sexually did this to women. He's messing with underage girls, woo, woo, all this other stuff. They tell you that Michael Jackson was messing with kids, a guy that's a billionaire, a guy that could get any woman, a guy that could do whatever he want. But for some reason, he got to mess with kids, right? Okay. Mystical. Oh, yeah. A guy that's a rapper, successful. Oh, yeah. He was sexually violent. Yeah, he raped all of these women. Yup, that's right. He did it. Tory Lanez. Oh, Tory Lanez. Oh, yeah. He shot Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, yeah. He did it. No, he didn't. They put Tory Lanez behind bars because he's a smart black man who figured out how to make money in a system that keep black men at the bottom. Who do you think run the music industry? You think black people do? No. You think black people run all these labels? No. Tory Lanez figured out how to make that bread without the labels. They said, nah, we can't let them do that. Let's put them behind bars. We'll fix a situation and blame him. To the point where Tory Lanez, they try to unalive him in prison. Now you tell me, Tory Lanez, a man that didn't do nothing to nobody, goes to the penitentiary, and no black people were protecting Tory Lanez to the point where some Spanish dude or whatever opened him up, try to unalive him. Tory Lanez, with all his money, didn't have no protection from black people. Black people didn't protect Tory Lanez. And he got bread. And they trying to unalive him in prison multiple times. But you got black people on YouTube saying free Carmelo, a kid that murdered somebody, and you think they're protecting him in prison? Please stop. Please stop. If Tory Lanez can't be protected in prison, and he got bread, and people loved his music, what makes you think that black people in prison is protecting Carmelo Anthony? Please stop. Nobody's protecting that kid because he's a killer. He murdered somebody, man. We letting social media brainwash us, bro. There is no friends in prison. When you go to prison, that's as close to hell that you'll get to. Prison is hell, y'all. Ain't no friends in prison, man. You go to prison, bro, ain't no help. You on your own, dog. The black community have to stop being victims, man. We are in an evil world, and the goal is to keep us down. Now, some of y'all may be wondering, Ringo, what is the problem? Please tell us. You got my attention. What is going on? I'm listening to your live. I'm hearing your frustration. I'm seeing all these different things. Ringo, could you please tell me, what is the solution? What is going on in this world, Ringo, that we as black people must know and must understand? I'm glad you asked that question. I'm going to give you the answer right now. We're being distracted. We're being distracted with stories that keep us blaming white people all day because of this very reason. And I'm going to tell you it. Only about 3 of you are going to get it. The rest of you will remain asleep. Those of you that are black Americans, those of you that your ancestors were enslaved, you are the chosen people of God. You are the elect, the people of the Most High God, written of in the Bible. You are the holy nation that was in captivity in Egypt. You are the people that came from the bloodline of Jacob, the bloodline of your forefathers. Those of you that serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You are that people. We've been destroyed as a nation. And the powers that be have kept us enslaved to the point where they figured out a new form of slavery, which is mental slavery. We could free them from the plantation. We could give them jobs. They can buy homes, cars, live a normal life. But we need them to still be mentally enslaved of not remembering or knowing who they are. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's anything you need to know today, you are the biblical Israelites, the people of God, the people that the Most High loved. But because we sinned against God, because our people turned from his laws, statutes, and commandments, he put us in slavery. It's not that the white man is stronger than you. It's not that the white man is so powerful. God Almighty used the white man to put us in slavery. Our people were put in slavery by God. That's why I don't blame white people for anything, because it's not white people's fault. God used white people to punish us because of our sins. So what's happening in the world today is the powers that be know who we are. Them other folks that claim that they are ish, you know what I mean? They're not the people of the book. We are. Everybody knows this. Every ethnic group on earth know that black Americans, the so-called black man, that we're the chosen people of God. They all know this. In order for them to stay in power, in order for them to stay wealthy, we got to stay on the bottom. The day we wake up to who we really are and repent of our sins is the day all the other nations go to the bottom and we begin to rise to the top, and things will be able to function in the world. The reason why the world is so evil and so twisted and everything is out of hand is because we're not in our rightful place as a nation. When we were in power, the earth was running properly. The minute we went into slavery and fell from grace, that is when all chaos happened in the world. Hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, famines, you name it. The reason why there's so many diseases is because we are not in our rightful place. Being the chosen people, we have a connection with God. We're a spiritual people. By nature, we have a natural connection to God. This is why, even in religion, if you notice the black church, we know how to worship. We know how to praise God. When you look at black pastors, even though a lot of them are corrupt, even though a lot of them are pimps, when you go to a black church, it's an experience like no other. We know how to connect with the Creator. The sad thing is we are a lost people. We lost our language. We lost our heritage. We lost who we were. We once spoke a language. They took our language from us, our customs, our homeland. We were driven from it, sold as bondmen and bondwomen. Our people were sold to the Dutch, to the French, to the Spaniards. We were sold all over the earth to the point where we have been scattered. And because of this, we lost our identity. So we took on bywords like black. Black is a crayon color. That's not a nationality. But we call ourselves black because we don't know what else to call ourselves. We're the only group on this planet that don't know where we're from. You ask the average black man, What's your homeland? He don't know. We call ourselves African Americans. That don't make no sense because nobody in Africa will claim you. You're neither African and you're neither American. When you do your research about the word Africa, that was named after a white man. America, that was named after a white man. When you do your research about these names, all of these places were named after a white man. So when you call yourself American, you are calling yourself after the name of a white man that this place was named after. Even Africans don't even understand that Africa was named after a white man. Africans don't even control Africa. You understand me? They don't even control Africa. The white man do. The white man controls everything. You understand me? So when you think about this, guys, I don't make things a race issue. I speak facts on what's going on. All these other nations know who we are as a people, but we're distracted with rage bait content. We're not connected to the Most High. We have not repented of our sins. We don't study the Bible. We don't live by the Bible. We don't follow the laws. So we remain in captivity mentally. Mental captivity is where we are right now. So it's not going to get better for us because we refuse to repent. And this is why we have so many problems in the earth right now, is because we won't come back to God. This is the reason why the black man and black woman can never get along. This is the reason why there's no black fathers in the home. This is the reason why, as women, you struggle to be in a relationship with a king. It's because the black man have been destroyed because of slavery. In slavery, they taught the black man that he don't have to take care of his children. This is why the black fathers are not in the homes, ladies. It is not that the black man just don't want to father his children. Systematically, black people, primarily black men, have been taught during slavery to just go in the tent and sleep with those women. Just sleep with them, breed. Just lay with these women. You don't have to take care of the seed. You don't have to be a father. So from slavery, we were taught this type of stuff, to just sexually assault women, because that's what it was. We were forced to go in women, even young girls. It didn't matter what their ages were. We were taught by the slave master to impregnate. We were taught to be pedophiles during slavery. These are facts, can't be denied. And we were taught as black men not to worry about the woman when she cried. So while we're sexually assaulting them and violating them, we were taught by the slave master to do this continually to all of them. And we were destroying our women sexually, mentally. So this is why there's a disconnect between us and black women today. This is why black men refuse to step up to be fathers, but they don't have a problem sleeping with a woman. A lot of black women wondering why there are so many single mothers in this world. Why is it that black women continually open their legs for men over and over, knowing what's going on? It's because in slavery, you were taught to do this. In slavery, you were taught to just let the man do whatever he wants with you. So you're doing it today. And it seems like even though one man left you with children, you still get with another one and you repeat the same process. You know why? Mentally, you're still a slave. You're still on the plantation. And we're bringing forth all these illegitimate kids from men that are no good. Ladies, you're wondering why there's so much evil in the black community. I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of righteous men, you're not having their children. I'm a righteous man. I'm a godly man. At the same time, I don't have no sons. I have all daughters, right? So my bloodline, once I pass, it ends with me, right? So now, when you look at the majority of the youth and the black youth that's being born today, they're being born because women are procreating with evil black men that have no intentions on being fathers, leaders, providers, and so forth. So now, when you have these three boys that you've been raising, they might be little babies when you're taking care of them. But understand this, ladies, those very three boys are going to grow up to be just like their daddy. And they're going to repeat that same process with other black women, meaning they're going to get with those women, impregnate them, don't take care of the kids, and leave. Same cycle continues. And because women are procreating with all the wrong men, the seed line that is in the black community right now is the seed line of Cain. A lot of you don't understand this, but Cain killed his brother Abel. Because of this, the bloodline of Cain is predominantly in the black community right now. A lot of black Hebrew Israelites got something very wrong. They like to call the white man Esau. That is a lie. Esau is the black man. Remember, guys, you had Jacob and Esau. They were brothers. They were twins. When you see black Hebrew Israelites claiming that the white man is Esau and the black man is Jacob, that is wrong. That is horrible teaching. It makes no sense, guys. Where do white people come from? You want to know? Put a 1 in the chat. Where do white people come from? You want to know the truth? White people do not come from black people, guys. It's the biggest lies I ever heard. A lot of y'all heard these lies that white people, Asians, this group, that group, they all come from black people. That's a lie, guys. These are not our people. A lot that we have on earth, guys, I don't think you guys are ready for the truth. I don't think I could tell you the truth. You guys are not ready. You guys are not ready. You're not ready to hear the truth. You're not ready. Mentally, you're not prepared to hear the truth because a lot of people just don't want to hear the truth. So I don't think that I don't think I'm telling you that. You're not ready because you need to eat in order to grow mentally, and then you're able to get into the weightier matters of what's really happening in the earth. I already know what's happening. I already know what's going on. And the other nations know where they came from. And it's really, really sick that as an American black man, you don't even know what I know. You don't even know it yet because you've been brainwashed all this time. And this is why when you listen to influencers that lie to you every day, you're not getting the proper education. And it's just really, really sick. And you know what's so crazy, guys? A lot of you want me to share this truth, but you don't support none of my work. Shame on you. Shame on you. You don't support nothing I do, but you want me to be sharing all of this knowledge and all this information about what's going on. Are you out of your mind? You don't support nothing I do, but you want me to break all of this stuff down? Bro, you gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me, y'all. It makes no sense, man. Because you're not listening anyway. You can't even focus on the small issues. You can't even focus on the fact that you need to repent of your sins. You're not even doing that. You hate me because I speak the truth. All my enemies are black. They're not white. They're black. White people did not come from black people. These are other entities, guys, that are on this earth. Bro, the information, man, that I know, and you know what's even more interesting? The other ethnic groups, they know what I know. They just hope that you never know. They hope you never know. Because if you knew how strong you really are as a black man, as a black woman, if you only know your power, your connection to the creator, you're the only group on earth that have a connection to God. Nobody else does. No other ethnic group on earth have a connection to the creator but you. The Most High created us to be his people. We're supposed to be in rulership, not in rulership to oppress people, not to keep people impoverished. We're supposed to be the ruling class on the earth to make sure that everything is governed properly. Make sure you hear what I just said. The so-called black man, black woman were created by God to rule this earth and all the people, not to oppress them, not to enslave them, not to keep them in chains, but to cause this earth to flourish and be ran properly. Do you understand that? But because of our fall in sin, we were put on the bottom. And the other nations that should be serving us, we're serving them. That's why it feels so uncomfortable. That's why it feels so weird, because you know, as a black man, as a black woman, you know you're great. And you're trying to figure out, why is things the way they are in the world? And if you're white and you're viewing, I hope you're paying attention. I never said that black people were put in position by God to oppress you. I never said that. You see how, and I want you to listen to this very carefully. If you're white, Asian, other ethnic groups, pay attention to logic. The white man is holding up the infrastructure right now in this world, even in other nations. When you look at, let's say, America, the white man is in power. The white man controls the fuel, the water, agriculture, not to oppress people, but to make sure that the economy and the system is running properly. Do you understand? Okay. So the white man is in power. The black man don't control none of these resources. He don't. The white man do. It's a system of how things are run to make sure that society is able to thrive. Okay. That was the position and the call that the black man was supposed to hold. The black man was supposed to do these things not to oppress you as a white man, but to be in rulership to make sure that everybody is able to and be successful. The problem is, when that power been given over to the white man and to all the other nations, they abused people with it. They oppressed people with it. They made people into slaves with it. And in turn, they grew in power and grew wealthy, rich, and they looked down on other people. They began to rob, steal, go to war, to take from people. Not by earning it, not by hard work, but by force. So a lot that you see today in terms of infrastructure, economy, it wasn't built off of hard work and truth. It was built off of bloodshed and hate. See the difference? The so-called black man, black woman were called by God to be a royal priesthood. But because of our sins, God made the white man put black people in slavery. This is why I don't blame white people. This is why I'm not a racist. This is why I don't go around on YouTube talking about the white man's the devil, the white man, because when I study the Bible, God says that I'm going to send a nation whose tongue you don't understand, and they're going to put you in chains. They're going to oppress you. God sent the other nations, not just the white man, but the African. God sent everybody to destroy us because we didn't want to follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. The minute the black man get right back on track with God, that is when we will begin to rise as a people. It may not happen in our lifetime. It may not happen in our children's lifetime. But if the black man and black woman repent of their sins, what does the Bible say? If my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves and seek my face, I will hear their cry, their prayer, and I will heal their land. The reason why God cannot do anything on our behalf in this captivity is because we have not repented. We have not turned from our wicked ways. The very same scripture says, if my people, which are called by name, will humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways and seek my face, then I will hear their prayers, their cry, and heal their land. We have not repented because we're a rebellious people. Black people are the most rebellious people on earth, guys. We are wicked as hell because all the problems that are happening in the earth is happening because we don't want to repent. And God is just waiting on us to do the right thing. And as long as we don't repent, we remain at the bottom. And I try to tell you guys this, but nobody cares. Nobody cares for the truth. So it's like the truth goes out the window every single time. And people keep getting mad at me every time I talk about stories. I'm not going to sit online every day talking about the white man all day, guys. I can't do that. I can't sit online doing that all day. Shout out to Zato for the 5. Says, remember Shanquella Robinson was outed by her own people, right? I talked about that early in the stream. I mentioned Shanquella Robinson. And no one was charged. We can't blame the white man for this one. You see what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's like when it comes to Shanquella Robinson, look at her situation. Look at Kanika Jenkins, the young girl that was hanging out with a group of black people at a party, and next minute she's under mind control, wandering around, and end up in a freezer. Y'all don't see? What made her wander off and walk into a freezer? I already covered that case. And YouTube tried to shut me down because I solved the case with Kanika Jenkins. Those of you that were there back then, you remember my videos that I made about that topic. I solved the case. We keep blaming white people for everything, and we don't understand that God Almighty put white people in power for a reason, because we don't know how to run a society, guys. If God was to come down and say, okay, I'm going to switch the roles, black people now have to uphold the infrastructure, we don't know what to do. We wouldn't know. We would destroy the city. Everything would fall. The white man is educated and knowledgeable in systems. That's why God put him in power. That's why, guys. Because he knows that if we were doing it right now, we'll destroy everything. We won't even know what to do. Do you know what to do? Do you know what it takes to operate a gas station? Do you know where the gas is coming from? Do you know how gas is created? To the black man, do you know how gasoline is created? Do you know what it takes to run a fuel plant where oil is? Do you know how to do that? How is it that the white man know and you don't? Do you know what it takes to clean the water in order for it to come into your house? Do you know how to run those septic systems? Do you know how electricity, how that works, and how they're able to build communities? If we were to give the black community $1 trillion today, could the black community take that money and build an entire society? Nope. You wouldn't even know what to do. You would have to call the white man to come help you. You wouldn't even know what to do. That's how sad this is, guys. And it's not to make you look bad, and it's not to make white people think they're so better than other people, because most white people that I might be viewing this video, they don't even know what to do. We're talking about the smart amongst the white population, the Asian population, and those in those particular groups. There are key people who are extremely intelligent. God has given them special access to certain knowledge that we should have had, but because of our rebellion, he gave it to somebody else because he needed the earth to run. We didn't want to do our job, so he gave it to somebody else. You know? So we got all these black influencers like Tariq Nasheed lying to people all day. He's not solving no problems in the black community. All he talk about is white people to make you get angry with white people. But he's giving you nothing that empowers the black community. Nothing. Just rage bait. Stop letting these stories of Nolan, what's his last name? Nolan, whatever, and Tonea Miller. Stop letting these stories keep you in a pit where you keep blaming white people every time. It don't make no sense. Nolan Wells? Okay, appreciate it. Nolan Wells. It's unfortunate that these people die. At the same time, why is it that as a community, we flock to YouTube channels that keep talking about these stories and we're looking for someone to blame that's white? But when it comes to black people that are dying every single day by black people, we don't do that. When black people die in the black community, why we don't blame black people? We don't even blame nobody. We don't care. We don't even care, man. We don't put this level of effort and interest in these stories. It's sick, man. A lot of these YouTube channels focus only on rage baiting. I can see it. They're distracting you. They're keeping you from what's important. We need to be repenting to God, man. A lot of you black folk turned against me for speaking the truth. You turned against me. You hate me. Every time I speak, you hate me, man, for speaking the truth, bro. We live in a world where there's no truth, bro. People are evil as hell, man. There's no love. There's no truth. There's no honor amongst our people. There's no unity. But when you come to social media, we're so fake. We'll flock to all these content creators and pack rooms, man. But in the real world, we don't even mobilize. We don't even come together to solve no problems. We don't even come together to build nothing, man. Show me a community of black people that come together to build houses, man. Show me a group of black people that come together to buy land and build communities, man. Show me the black carpenters, the black landscapers, the black architects that come together to build something. Can't even find it. But the only thing we come together to do is complain about white people. That's all we do. We come together to complain about white people, to blame somebody for why things happen. Why Nolan Wells turned up missing. His white friends must have did something to him. Why are we accusing people with no facts? Why? Why are we accusing people for? And we don't even have no facts, man. It don't make no sense. Give me a minute. Let me see. Okay, let me go back here. Think I had missed the super chat. Shout out to Southern Diplomats for the 5. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Salute. Brother, keep fighting the good fight. I'm going to try. Man. I got to keep going forward, man. I can't give up on the truth because we only got one life, man. One. When I come to social media, guys, and I do these videos, my videos come from the heart. Yeah, I'm a content creator. Of course, I want to make money. I got a family I got to provide for, gang. You do understand that, right? I got a family, kids. They got to be provided for, right? So making money is a part of life. Just like when you go to your job, you want to earn money to pay your bills, right? So shouldn't you want me to pay my bills too? But the difference between me and all these people on YouTube is that I'm actually passionate about what I believe. Everybody else just want a check. That's it. They don't care about truth. They just want to make money. There's nothing wrong with making money. But if you don't have a heart for the truth and you're not really trying to help people to understand what's going on, then your message is vain, man. Your message is not really good. I can't come online rage baiting people all day. Can't do that, man. That's sick. I can't do that. Can't. You got one life to have an impact in this world. As Black people, we should be using our life to be impactful in other people's lives as much as we could, to do the most so that when we're gone, we know that we did our job, man. I know that when I'm gone, I have videos that people could look back on and be like, damn, Ringo got over 3,000 videos, man, of just truth. A lot of information, man. We never listen. Now that the man is gone, now you want to watch my videos. It's like you got to die in order for people to support you. You got to die in order for people to show love. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that in the Black community, you got to die in order for people to know about your work? They only know about you once you die. People will be ready to support you when you die. Those families of these people who lost their lives, they all set up GoFundMes. I told you guys, follow the money. Follow the money. They're hustling you, man. Nolan Wells family. Look how much money they raised up. I think they started a GoFundMe. Probably already got over $100,000. What are you giving them money for? What are you giving them all this money for? You gave all your money to what's this woman? The hell is this woman name? You gave your money to that brick lady. You gave your money to Ashley Janae family. You gave your money to Stephen Twitch Boss. You gave your money to all these families. They took your money and ran with it. You got another YouTuber named Melanie King. A YouTuber that get millions of views, making a bunch of money. She starts a GoFundMe with a sob story about her daughter. You guys probably gave her over $100,000 again. And I'm like, bro, it's like all you got to do is come online, make a sob story, and get paid. I could be a man that speaks truth, break things down, passionate. Nobody supports it. Can't even earn a living. Got to struggle to pay your bills. Think about how many of you have to struggle to pay your bills. You're working. You got a job and you're still struggling to pay your bills. And nobody comes to help you. A lot of us are alone in this world. No family. A lot of you don't have no family that you could turn to if you need help. Some of you can't even call on a family member to help you. You're alone. You're the only one that's there. Nobody will help you, man. And I'm serious. Some of y'all don't have no family you could call on today that could help you in your time of need, man. We're the only group of people that don't support one another, man. The only group. Everybody else know how to support. The Asian man, his community supports one another like never before. The Jewish community, I don't even have to mention them. They support each other like nobody knows. I mean, my goodness, they got their own schools, their own stores, their own, man, they got everything, bro. They hire their own people. They hire their own people. They start businesses and hire their own people, man. Every other ethnic group can come to America and win. We're the only ones, bro, that stay here all these years and don't got nothing. All we do is blame everybody else for our problems. We blame the white man for everything. Yes, slavery was true. Yes, our people were oppressed. Yes, yes, yes. But here's the truth. Those of you that are alive today, you never been on a plantation. You never picked cotton. You never been whipped. But you keep acting like you are. You keep acting like you've been on a plantation. You keep acting like you've been through Jim Crow. You keep acting like you struggled. And you haven't. It's 2026. A lot of you got houses, nice cars, good jobs, good credit score, and you still complaining. A lot of you live in white communities, and you still complaining. You could do the same thing that anybody else could do. And that's what's sad about this. We live in a society right now where a lot of white people know about what happened with blacks. They know about slavery. They understand all of that. At the same time, they're frustrated too because in their minds, they're like, why can't you just move on? Why can't you just live your life and empower yourself and be a better human? Okay, my ancestors did this and that to your people. I get it. I understand. But there's nothing I can do about it. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And what blacks are doing? Oh, give us reparations. Give us this. Give us that. Guys, if black people got reparations, you will be poor in 1 year. You know why? Because all you'll do is buy designer clothes. All you do is buy a new car. You know? Look at somebody in the live chat that says, you are a Caribbean tether. First of all, I'm not Caribbean. I don't even know where you get that from. You see that the racists, when you see people calling themselves FBA guys, FBA is a racist black cult that is on social media. Very, very hateful group. If you're black, please turn from that group. Please don't let them suck you in. It's a racist hate group that's been recruiting black people on social media for a couple of years now. And they make you believe that they're all together. Guys, show me an FBA community. Show me what Tariq Nasheed done for black people. Show me a community that FBA put together and bought land and build houses and infrastructure. Show me it. They don't got no power. They just talk all day. if you notice with the that person that's in the chat, they said you are a Caribbean tether. Tether is a racial slur that these FBA people, this cult, call other black people that they hate. You see? Now, check out what they said. They said FBA equals richest black nation. If your nation is so rich, why are you in the bottom in the black community and all you complain about is white people? If FBAs are so powerful and got all of this stuff together, why don't you hit the super chat with $100? Since you're so rich, since money don't mean nothing to you, hit the super chat with $100. Let's see. Let's see some of this money that you got. Because you're broke. And we all know that. You're not in no position of power. You guys just talk all day. And that's a sad thing. Just all day. All they do is talk, guys. That's all they do. Just broke, fake, and they act like they got some sort of political power. They have no voice. Nobody listens to them. FBAs are not funded by nobody. They don't got no money to do anything. All they do is talk about white people all day. They talk about white supremacy all day. Nobody want to hear that garbage. See, if you're a black man and black woman, please stop listening to YouTubers that keep talking about white supremacy. White supremacy topics is not paying your rent. It's not paying your bills. It's not putting food on the table. You got kids to take care of, guys. Listening to that poison all day, that's helping them to make money by keeping you angry all day. You know? Notice what they said. Call ICE on all tethers. You could go ahead. Call ICE on me. I want to see what they do. I give you permission. You can call ICE and tell them come get Ringo TV. Since you believe that I'm some sort of immigrant, call ICE and tell them come get me. I want to see how that work out. When I'm American. My daddy's American. His daddy's American. I want to see how that work out. These people are crazy. Now, I want you to think about this. If that person is supposed to be FBA, why would black people, that is FBA, want to contact ICE on other black people? Who's the real enemy? Remember I told you guys that in slavery, black people will go into the white man to report them. Remember I told you that? Okay. Who's the real coon? FBA. They're the real sellouts because they're the ones that would try to report you. Do you see what I mean? They just expose themselves all the time, guys. But good luck with that. And here's another fun fact. FBAs don't consider you black if you're Trinidadian, Haitian, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Panamanian, Jamaican, if you're Grenadian, if you come from Guyana, they don't consider you black. They don't look at you as their people. Did you know that? If you're a black man or a woman from the Caribbean, I need for you to know this. When you come across YouTube channels like Tariq Nasheed, all these other YouTubers that talk this FBA garbage, they don't consider you one of their people. That's why I'm telling you. Look at the person in the chat. He says, I love ICE. They're from the FBA community, guys. I'm keep telling you, man. Turn from these groups. Turn from these groups, man. These social media groups, they pull you in, and before you know it, they destroying your mind, your mental, man. That's why I don't follow none of that garbage, man. Think about this, guys. This new religion called FBA. What exactly are they doing in the black community? Nothing. They're not doing nothing but talking on social media. That's all they do. All they do is talk about white people and who's a tether and just stupid stuff, man. Is FBA helping you to pay your bills? Watch this, gang. Could you go to the FBA community and say, hey, brothers from the FBA community, I'm struggling with my rent. Could you guys help me pay my rent? My family's about to be evicted. Would the FBA community help you to pay your rent? No. Would the FBA community make sure that you got food in your fridge? No. Could you go to Tariq Nasheed and say, hey, FBA brother, I got my car note. I'm struggling. They're about to repo my car. I need it for work. Could you please send me the monthly payment? You think Tariq Nasheed is going to give you money to pay your car note? He's going to tell you, F you, brother, man. All of these groups is a lie. You see? All these groups is joking with you. They playing games with you, man. That whole FBA movement is a scam, bro. Straight up and down. If you're black and you're viewing this video, please, for the love of God, turn from these groups that call themselves FBA. It's one of the most hateful, toxic groups on social media. It's worse than the Klan. Matter of fact, I would go as far to say that FBA is the Black Klan on YouTube. That's a fact. Very hateful group. And it's ran by Tariq Nasheed and various other content creators who tapped into that FBA movement in order to make money. You got some YouTubers that don't even know what FBA mean, but every time they do videos, they keep saying, hello to all my FBA brothers and sisters, because they know that will pull the viewer in. They'll begin to view and they can make money. See, when I speak, I just speak truth. So when you get mad and say, well, I'm not viewing your videos, I don't care. See the difference? I'm not fake. But all these other YouTubers, they lie to you in order to keep you there because they want you to think that you're all brothers and sisters. I don't sugarcoat nothing, fam. I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm as real as it get. I'm one of the realest YouTubers on here. Everybody else is fake, man. That's why I don't rock with none of these YouTubers, because they're not real. They're fake. They're grifters. All of them, they're just trying to make $1. They don't care about nobody but themselves, man. You see? So I'm going to continue to do some videos about these topics. We're going to cover these cases with the Tonea situation. That woman took her life, fam. She took her own life. No white person hanged her on a tree. That woman decided to check out. The other brother, Nolan Wells, we don't know what happened to him. And if we don't know what happened to him, we can't keep going out here accusing people and we don't got no facts. That's crazy, fam. That's crazy how black people out here blaming white people for the death of Nolan Wells and don't even know what's going on with Nolan Wells. That doesn't even make sense. Like, how you blame a whole group of people for something that they didn't even do? You wouldn't like that if they did that to you. You wouldn't like it if white people, somebody died in their family, oh, a black person must have did it. Must have been a black person. You would think something's wrong, man. Shout out to Exced for the 20. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Says, how can you be foundational? Hasn't set no foundation, right? Nor built anything for blacks. And that's the thing that I keep saying. These people calling themselves foundational black Americans when they didn't build nothing. These people didn't build a damn thing, fam. Nothing. And here's another thing. For some reason, a lot of blacks been taught by YouTubers that black people built America. Black people didn't build nothing in America, guys. I don't know where y'all get this from. We were not building nothing, guys. The only thing black folk did is pick cotton. The white man built everything out here. The white man. You didn't build nothing. Because if you did, you would have these skills today to build. But you don't. Because you ain't build nothing. You ain't build nothing. I don't know what the hell you're talking. Foundational black Americans. Foundational in what? What did you build? What foundation did you lay? Because you ain't lay anything. I'm the only YouTuber speaking truth today. Everybody else is bought and paid for. Nobody's giving you folks any truth. Nobody's challenging your mental. Nobody. Because they want money. So they're going to tell you everything you want to hear. If I came on YouTube and buck dance for black people, I'll be rich, man. I would be rich. All I got to do is just tell you what you want to hear, and you'll love me. Shout out to Strength 30 Up for the 10. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Black people ain't built nothing in America, gang. Nothing. We like to talk about what black people invented. Gang. We talk so much crap about what we invented. Guys, we're not doing anything, fam. We don't have nothing. We ain't building nothing. We're not producers. We're consumers. Black people consume. We don't build. We consume everything. And that's the truth, man. We consume everything. We're the ones making sure Asian people stay rich. We're the reason why the white man is rich. We're the reason why everybody else is rich. It's because of us. Because we buy everything from them. You see? And again, guys, these FBA people, it's a cult, a racist hate group that is a cult. It's a gang, and it's worse than the Klan. I am warning you, if you are a black man or a black woman, stay away from YouTubers that mention FBA. When you hear them talking about that foundational black American stuff, that is a cult, and it's worse than the Klan. There's some corrupt individuals, very, very hateful group, fam. If you're black and you don't agree with them, oh man, they're going to try to destroy your name. They're going to go around lying. They're going to manipulate people. They're going to tell everybody that you're a coon, a Sambo, a sellout. They're going to do everything in their power to try to make black people turn against you. Now, you tell me, is that the white man doing that or the black man doing that? Why would a black man try to get other black people to turn against you if that black man loved black people? Why would the black man who claimed he's FBA be doing everything in their power to make other black people not like you if they love black people? They don't love black people. They love money. They love money. That's what they love. So, guys, I'm going to get up on out of here, man. I got to go take care of some business. I'll be back on later. I got a lot of things I got to do, man. So it is what it is. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and do what you need to do. Um, be careful with these hateful people on YouTube, guys. Be careful with YouTube channels that keep talking about white people all day. They keep talking about the pale people, the whitey people. Those are hateful channels. Those are racist channels with black face. Don't frequent channels that talk about FBA. Be careful with these pro-black channels. These channels are racist channels. You need to be on channels that are fair and balanced, that educate the community, that teach about unity, respect for everyone. Channels like that is fair and balanced, because all those other channels are toxic, man. They're poison. They're not helping you, man. Think about this, guys. This person says this clown is a jerk, and you fake ASS clowns love to hear this dummy down his own people he's bought and sold. Now, guys, when in this video did I down my own people? Do you see what I mean? This is what they do. They go around saying I'm downing my own people. If you don't support the truth, fuck you. You're not my people. Is that fair enough? My people support the truth that I share. If you're a person who don't support the truth, you are not my people. Is that fair enough? My people rock with me. So if you don't rock with me, you're not my people. Because everybody that is black is not my people. Everybody that is black, I don't rock with. Just because you black doesn't give you special privileges or special favor with me. Those that rock with me are my people. I like how that sounds. Those that don't, they're not my people. That's how you got to see it, guys. That's why in your own personal life, you got to cut people off that don't add value to your life. If somebody don't add value to your life, you got to cut those people off. And once again, guys, to those of you that are black, that listen to Black Hebrew Israelites, they have a teaching where they keep teaching you that Esau is the white man. Esau is the black man, guys. Esau is not the white man. White people don't come from black people. Black people did not have no white babies that created a white race of people. That don't make no sense. White people is an entirely different group. Asians as an entirely different group. None of those people come from us. That don't make no sense. People, I don't know where y'all get this mental sickness from, man. You got so many different species of spiders. All spiders are not the same. All flies are not the same. All humans are not the same, man. We did not come from the same people. So when y'all go around saying, oh, the black man, white people, everybody came out of the black man. That's a lie. Nope. That don't make sense. If the white man and the black man, listen, watch this. If Esau and Jacob were twin brothers, right? Then white people are your brothers. So why you hate white people? If you believe that the white man is Esau, then the white man is technically your brother. Right? So why you hate him? And why the white man is white and you black? You listen to these black Hebrew Israelites, they lied to you. They lied to you about this Esau Jacob thing. Esau was the black man. That's why we got so many problems in the black community with black on black crime, because Jacob and Esau are still fighting, guys. Remember, Esau sold his birthright. You remember that? You remember what happened? Where he was hungry, his brother had the meal, and he said, "Give it to me." He said, "Give me your birthright. Pronounce your birthright over me." He said, "Okay, you can have it." Till this day, Esau is upset that he sold his birthright to Jacob. That's why, as a black man, you're hated on by other black men when you grow successful or when you prosper. You could just buy a new car and another black man would be jealous of you. That's Esau's spirit. Esau is always jealous of us because we have the blessing. Those of you that are black that have the blessing on you, Esau could be jealous of you. And I'm talking about the black man. You could have black people that have more money than you and they're still jealous of you. They just don't like the fact that you got something. How many of you know people that have their own house? You're renting an apartment and they're jealous of you. They got a whole house. But because you were able to get out of your family's house and rent an apartment, they're jealous of you. And they got a whole house. It's not that you have an apartment, they just don't want you to survive. They don't want you to make it. There are so many black hateful people. They want you to die. There are black people on YouTube that want to see me and my family homeless. They're waiting. They're praying. They're like, he ain't leave yet. He ain't get evicted. He ain't get repossessed. His car's still there. He ain't get no foreclosure. He's still afloat. Like, how is he surviving? What's going on? How is Ringo able to make it? What's going on? You got people saying that I'm being paid by the white man to make content. White people don't even support my platform. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't get super chats from white people. I don't get cash apps from white people. White people don't support me with money. They probably watch me. You probably have one or two that might support via the cash app or super chat once in a blue. But I do not have 100 white people cash apping me every day. They don't. Every time I go live, I should have at least $200 support. Every time I go live. Every single time I go live, I should have people supporting me to the point where I made $200 every time I do a video. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Those of you that see me do this type of content and you see people support on the super chat, always remember this. YouTube takes 30%. If somebody gave me $100, right? This is why I tell you guys use Cash App, but y'all keep using Super Chat. I don't know why, but it's your money. Do what you want. When you Super Chat, you gave YouTube 30%. If you Super Chatted via an iPhone, you just gave Apple 30 more percent. So 60% of the money you sent to me went to YouTube and Apple. So technically, if you super chatted 100, I did not get $100. I got probably $38 out of that 100. That's why I tell people hit the Cash App, but nobody listens because why? People want to be seen when they support and they want shout outs. It's one thing for me to shout you out if you're a supporter of the platform, but guys, let's just be real. If you rock with me, you shouldn't be supporting because you want me to mention your name, guys. That's a sickness. You should know that when you support me, you're helping me to do my job. Not so you could get pats on the back because you support it. And a lot of times we got viewers that they support and they like when I'm shouting their name out every day. You know what's better than somebody shouting your name out? When you support and nobody shouts you out. And I just know that you rock with me. I got brothers behind the scenes that support my platform and they ask me, Ringo, don't mention me. I rock with you. Don't mention me. I got women that rock with me and they tell me, don't shout me out when I send you a cash app. I don't need no shout outs. Those are people that really rock with me because they're not looking for pats on the back, man. But it is what it is. I mean, if you support the show via the super chat, I'm going to shout you out, you know? But let's just keep it a buck. There are people that do that because they want attention, and I don't really like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to support something, support it from the heart, or else don't support at all. You know what I mean? If you're going to support, rock with the platform and support the correct way. I tell people all the time, hit the Cash app, because when you use Super Chat, you're just giving YouTube your money. You're giving YouTube your money. And I mean, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But just know, let's say, for example, you Super Chat $5. I didn't get $5. YouTube take 30%. Apple takes 30%. So two other people took a cut from what you gave me. So out of that $5, man, I probably got like $1 something. $2 the most. So when people be thinking they doing something, I'm here to tell you, you ain't doing nothing. You're not supporting me, you're supporting YouTube. It's just like, let's say if you support $500 super chat. I did not get $500. I tell y'all all the time, if you are going to give that large sum of money, send it on the on the Cash app. What in the world are you giving $500 on a super chat? I mean, if you want to, so be it. I did not get $500. I got at least $300. YouTube took all the money. If that makes you feel good to give YouTube an extra $200 in their pocket, that's crazy. I would not do that. You know? You got this idiot troll, Ringo equal Caribbean. I don't know why you keep calling me Caribbean. I was born in America, and my father is American. You weirdos are sick. It's like they see locks, they automatically think Caribbean. Fam, I'm an Israelite, according to the Bible. So I don't represent any of these places. All of these places is the white man. Do you know Jamaica is the white man's land? Do you know a person that's in Jamaica, right? That is from Yard and speak patois, right? The white man is the original Jamaican. The white man is the original Trinidadian. Do you know that? Haitians who speak French, Creole. The white man is the original one who speak French. The white man. Those of you that are Panamanian, Puerto Rican, Afro-Puerto Rican, Dominican, the white man, the Spaniard, he is the originator of Spanish. I'm telling you, man, black people lack education, man. They don't know nothing. They think when Labor Day comes around, they start waving their flag, not realizing that the flag you waving is where your people were enslaved. You can't make it up, guys. You can't. Notice this, guys. When Labor Day come around, you don't see no other group but us on the Parkway in New York waving flags, boasting about where we're from, and not realizing that the flags we are waving is actually the flags where our people were captive. It's like we have this pride about this flag where we're from. And I get it. I'm not saying not to represent your flag on where your people came from. I'm not saying don't do that. You could take pride in that. At the same time, those of you from the Caribbean, the Haitians, the Panamanians, the Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Guyanese, you're the biblical Israelites that the Bible speak of. You're the chosen people of the Most High. We were scattered all over the earth, and we've been lost, tossed to and fro. And because of that, we don't know who we are. So we focus on a flag, and we take pride in that, not realizing that we're divided as a nation. We're divided as a people. And that creates segregation amongst ourselves. And this is why there's so much hate with our people. This is why black people in the black community can't get along, because all of us have relatives from different places. A lot of people that are in the South, they're not just American. You got people from other parts of the world that are in your family bloodline, you know? And it's just crazy. I cannot answer no questions if I'm on my cell phone, bro. I'm on a live stream. I cannot answer no questions on anything right now. Right? Let me see. I'm trying to see if I lost a super chat here. Shout out to, is that Denise or Dennis? I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. Shout out to you for the $5 support. I think it's Dennis. Shout out to Jess for the 5. Why this thing bugging out, man? Says we need to have Jesus as our rock and foundation. Before we have that, we need to get our minds right, because Jesus is not the name of the Messiah. Jesus is what they gave us to worship, which is the white man, Caesar Borgia. The letter J is the newest letter in the English alphabet. There was no letter in the Bible in the 1600s. So the name Jesus is not the name of the Messiah. Jesus was not white. He was a black man. So we got to educate ourselves about who the Savior really is, so that we can recalibrate our mind. Because if we think that his name is Jesus, we are only uttering the name that the white man gave us. If we have an image of a white man, then we are also worshiping a false Messiah. Even if you have an image of a black man, you're worshiping an idol, because there is no picture of the Messiah. So any pictures depicting the Messiah is false. What we do know is he was a black man according to the Bible. That's what we do know, because he sprang out of Judah. You understand? He was of the tribe of Judah. When you study Christianity, they spread lies about a virgin birth, in terms of Mary and Joseph having some miraculous birth. That's a lie. Anybody that enter this earth must come by way of sex and producing a baby. Any other way is a thief and a robber. This is why Satan is the thief and the robber. And the image of the Messiah that's in the earth right now is actually Satan. There was no such thing as a virgin birth. That's a lie from the pits of hell, due to translational errors and lies. All through the Old Testament, it talked about the Messiah is coming through the bloodline of David. the seed line of David, which is sperma. So how does it get all the way to the Messiah, and then they tell you that he was born through a miraculous virgin birth? You believe that garbage if you want. I don't believe that crap. We are of the seed of our father. How could the Messiah come from the tribe of Judah if he's was born from a miraculous virgin birth? That don't make no sense. You see what I'm saying? They don't make no sense, guys, to be born of a miraculous virgin birth, but they tell you that he's of the tribe of Judah. He would be an alien. How could we say he's of our people if he was born through a virgin miraculous birth? You believe that BS? I don't. Right? Yeah, the virgin birth thing don't even make no sense. People believe garbage, man. Believe women having kids without no man. That's weird. But anyway, guys, I got a lot of work I got to go do, man. So rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you later on. Be careful who's influencing you guys. Be careful with these YouTubers. A lot of them are devils, man. Devils with black faces. Hustlers and pimps who are using these two stories to grift and rage bait. They're blaming white people for deaths with no proof, just pure allegations to stir up racial divide. Don't fall victim to the racial divide that is happening, which is coming from black people. The race hustlers are doing this to black people. They're your true enemy. So I'll catch you later on in another video. Make sure you hit the like button, give it a thumbs up. Support the platform if you rock with us. And be sure to subscribe, guys. We're the only YouTube channel that keep it 100% with the listener. Stop being offended when a black man speak the truth. Too many of you people turned against me because I'm speaking the truth to you. If you don't like the truth, please leave. Don't ever come back. If you're a person who rock with the truth, then support the work that we do. I'm tired of fake people. I'm tired of people that flip-flop. They're all over the place. One minute they like my content, then they don't like my content, then they viewing my content in the clouds. Stop playing games. Go over there with the grifters and stay there and continue to be lied to. Because over here, we get the truth.